3, 2, 1. My hometown is in Langley, BC, which is Langley, British Columbia, Canada. And I've lived here most of my life. I used to live in another city nearby until I was the age of about 3 or 4. Then we moved here as a family to this smaller suburb of Vancouver, British Columbia, as most people know it. And there's so many memories that are created in your hometown that are important to discuss and to remember where you came from, remember your roots, remember all the people that have helped you along the way. And Langley is a place where I would call home, and I still do because I'm living here and there's nothing else like it here. When you're in a city like this, which is very community oriented, you feel like it matters a great deal to you. It's not just another city. This is where your family has grown. This is where your brothers have grown old with you, and I think it's important to reflect on your hometown and be proud of your hometown. I talk about my hometown in a lot of my bios on social media. I talk about where I'm from because, you know, maybe not a lot happens in this city, but to me, the best things happen in this city. They might not be the most popular, they might not be the most publicized, but there's something about this very homely feel that I don't think you get from big cities. When you're in a big city, I think you're very much isolated. You're kind of on your own. And I think it's really cool to be able to say that you've grown up in a small city, you come from humble roots. I think it's really powerful when you're trying to make a name for yourself and you're from a city that nobody's heard of. That makes it all the more reason to talk about it and say, hey, this is what I'm proud of. So when you're thinking about your hometown and you're thinking about, I'm not from Los Angeles, so I can't talk about this. Well, it doesn't matter where you're from. You have a suburb that you're a part of, and you have a family that you've grown up with, and there's something about those humble roots that I think is quite powerful to discuss. So I hope you don't forget about your hometown. I hope you celebrate where you've come from, because that will help keep you humble as you go forward, remembering where you started from. Your hometown is an indicator of how far you've grown. And even if you're still living in your hometown, you can see the growth and the progression of both the city and of yourself. And those are important pieces to consider, and they add to your overall brand story of who you are and the kind of person you are. And these are the things that you should be talking about, is that your story is quite powerful and people want to hear where you're coming from. That's why a lot of people are excited about someone like LeBron James, who always talks about his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, and the fact that he's played for the team. There's something very powerful about hometown heroes. So how can you be a hero of your hometown? What can you do to stand out in your hometown? What are you creating today for yourself and for your hometown? I'm going to leave you with that. Keep it short and sweet, which sometimes it's nice. You don't have to go overboard with the length of time. It's the beauty of podcasts. It's the ability to just go any length that I want. Nobody can tell me what I can and cannot do. And I love that. And if you have a podcast, you know exactly what I mean. Unless you have producers breathing down your neck, then it becomes a different story. But I do not have producers. So it's just myself. And I enjoy it. So thanks for tuning in. Till next time. Cheers.